Hello YouTube. This is fiberglass edition of the RV-14 build. So last time we left off, we dimpled the attached strips and got the nut plates attached, or very close to attached. And now it's time to leave the drill in the way of what's happening. And we just countersunk the fiberglass for the screws that are going to go in there. So you can kind of see those countersinks. It makes it a little bit wider. Now that I think about it, that's probably where I screwed up and allowed the I bet I allowed the drill to wander, and the countersinks are actually probably where the fairing set was allowed to, they wallowed a little bit or something, and then the fairing is then allowed to sort of slip away from the skin. Again, it's cosmetic. I don't care. So here, what I'm doing is, this is going to take a while. Maybe I did some of it off camera. I feel like I spent a lot more time on this than there is time in this video. But I'm cutting out a spot for this position and strobe light to go into the tail. There's a lot of fiberglass chaff. I don't know the best term for it, but basically when you make a fiberglass part, stuff just sort of, sure, the outside looks beautiful and nice and smooth, but it's in a mold. And the inside, in this case, before they're joined together, is where the cloth layups are. There's just a lot of like leftover cloth, especially in the tight spaces. Aha! My wife just brought out to me in the garage is a big PVC pipe. That's the J-channel stiffener for the spar, to complete the right spar stuff. So that is going to be the next video. We're going to go back to the wing spars. We will come back to the fiberglass. I guarantee it. In fact, maybe between fuel tanks. I don't know. We'll see. Anyway, so there's just a lot of time spent sort of like digging around in inside of the fairing here, trying to get all the extra junk out of the way so that I could mount this light. So this light is, and I haven't said this yet, but I went with the Fly LEDs setup. This guy, I think his name's Paul. He has a business out of Australia. These are like DIY LEDs. So basically he sends you a board, a bunch of lights, you solder them on. I got his standard kit with the tail strobe and a couple of wing leading edge lights. I built them months prior to even receiving my empennage because I was just kind of waiting and looking for something to do. But anyway, the tail position light, I keep wanting to call it a beacon. It has a special mounting thing. It's a little bit different from the Vans one, but as you can see there, I did get it in, and it fits really nicely after I did that smoothing of the part before. So then the next step in this process, and this is kind of where we're going to leave it here, is I have to cut off sort of the the front part of this fairing and make it flat, because in a tail wheel, the tail spring comes out of the tail cone and sort of comes out at an angle which would interfere with the bottom of this fairing. So you cut a circle out of it, and then you create a patch out of fiberglass of approximately the same dimensions but flat, and you wet that out, lay it up, and then come back and apply it. So this is the first time I had used or like sort of made my own little patch thing, and I used this stuff called peel ply to sort of like make it nice and smooth. It turned out pretty nice. There's a peel ply, it goes on, it makes a smooth surface, and I use that and the aluminum and set it aside to let it cure for a day, and then continue to clean this up in the process. So next video we're going back to the wing spars, I believe, and hopefully we'll see you back here for that. Thanks for stopping by.